We had an ad last week that launched. It has like 17 ROAS and North Beam. It's going nuts. And that every time you do one of those activities that you told me, you're losing money.
I know that I have to fire someone, so the question would probably be, should I make this public?
Yes, creative strategy is probably the most highest leverage skill.
Yeah.
Shit's getting harder, CPMs are rising, which means the forcing function as marketers, we have to be better.
Should I like hire a creative strategist or someone like this?
Let's get straight into it. You guys know how it goes. Give me a win, then a question, hands up, and I'll start choosing people. Alex, do you want to go first since the camera's on?
Yes, it's fine.
Amazing.
Hi.
Good. Let's do it. Give me a win.
So when we've been able to keep the momentum that started in Q4,
Good.
and we're basically at the same revenue we had in December.
Nice. That's good.
So it's I consider it a huge win because I expect like Q4 everybody to be in buy mode and slow down in January, but it wasn't the case.
And why do you think that's the case?
Well, I have a creative strategist now that can focus on, and we created feedback loops on the ads.
Cool.
I also have a video editor now. So this allowed me to focus on the structure of the business overall, and they were able to come up with new and better ads.
Yeah, and everyone listening, like, this is the key, right? When I harp on angles and offers, I mean it. And I have to keep harping the same thing to our internal team. You know, we had an ad last week that launched, and every 3 to 6 months, like, Marin goes to me, oh my God, this is the best ad ever. This is ridiculous. It's just because we keep getting better and better at finding new angles. This one launched and it has like 17 ROAS and North Beam. It's going nuts. But it's just because the more you actually spend focusing on angles, the more angles you actually find. But it takes someone to obsess over it. Like,
exactly.
Isn't that right? Like, you can't do it half-assed. Like, you need to be all in. You need to find the angles. So I'm glad that's happening for you. How can I help?
I was curious, when would you consider like refreshing the product in the product lifecycle? Like, we've had the same product, the bottle is like the same for 2 years.
Yeah.
When would you consider, okay, we should now invest in making a new version,
straight away,
prototype?
Yeah, I would be. My philosophy is, right, products are one of the most important things in the business. So at any point you can improve your product, you do. And that should be a constant iterative feedback. And product development normally takes, as you know, better than anyone, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Is it 2 years? So it takes 2 years. That's a long time. So every time you release one, you should be focusing on the next one straight away.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Thanks. That was it for now.
All right. Amazing. Glad to see you doing well.
Thanks.
All right. Who's next? Let's go. Petro, let's do it.
Hi, Matt.
How are we doing, bro?
I'm fine. So our small win for this week is we finally launched first whitelisting ads, and they already gave like better CPMs for us. So
shocker! I can't believe that. Anyone who's not doing whitelisting ads, please do it as soon as possible.
So my question is regarding creative strategy. I did a deep dive into Grunt's ads library, and I noticed that they seem to keep all their angles, like around 5 or 6 of them, active simultaneously, like the whole year. And as I see, like they are covering every possible buyer motivation, like all the time. So my question, like I have like 3 main categories with my games. It's like couple games, kids games, and detectives. And in every category, we have like 3 to 4 evergreen angles. Should my strategic goal be to eventually have active winning angles for every single ad running at the same time? So, or like, I want to understand if total coverage is the aim of your system or no.
Yeah, so the way to scale is more angles, more funnels to more people.
Yeah.
Okay, so when doing more angles to more funnels to more people, you have to look at it from a resource perspective in terms of what you have currently in the team, can you execute on? Now, if you have 3 different categories, right, and you have 4 different angles and you have 4 different funnels across 3 different categories, your complexity scale, I did a video on this on YouTube, check it out, is very high. So the higher your complexity score is, I guarantee you, the lower the quality of the work that you're going to put out is. And this is the problem, right? And if everyone hasn't heard the memo, it's like get better first before you get bigger. Shit's getting harder. CPMs are rising, which means the forcing function as marketers, we have to be better. And you can't be better if you're diluting your focus across multiple different avatars, categories, and funnels if you have limited resources. So the question to you is, based on resources you have, what do you think you can do to a level of quality that you think you can win? And that's how you have to answer the question. Ideally, you want to do everything at a certain point. It's about sequencing. Maybe it's like, I'm going after this one board game first until we fucking nail everything. And then once we generate enough profit, we get that profit and create a separate team for the other board games. I don't know, depending how you do it. Like, for me, we had multiple different product categories, and 85 to 90% of my creative strategy was based on one product. Recently, I hired a second creative strategist to unlock us more volume. But at no point that I wanted to dilute the focus. Got it?
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, it's Matt here, and I want to take a quick second to tell you about Ecomm Architects. Now, I have spent over $500,000 on coaching, and I wouldn't have been able to build our brands to $100 million without it. That's why I built Ecomm Architects. It's the most comprehensive ecom coaching program and community in the world, where myself and over 15 different mentors and coaches will help you scale your ecom brand so you don't have to make the same mistakes like I did. We'll save you time and money. We'll provide you all the SOPs, the playbooks on everything you need scaled to $1 million a month plus, including product development, creative strategy, CRO, Facebook, leadership, international marketing expansion, you name it, we've got it. I built this for impact, not for profit. So it's so affordable. There's no contracts, and we guarantee to increase your revenue in 9 days or your money back. Just click the link below in the description to learn more.
Okay, anything else?
Okay, let's be the next question. Like today we will have our first creative sprint, I would say, where will be like our creative strategist, media buyer, and we have three video editors. Should we like focus on one like hero product in this creative sprint, or should we just create like creatives for 3 categories?
So think about now, always think about in the mind of the person doing the work, and also think about the person actually doing the work in terms of their level of motivation and resources. So we often get confused that as entrepreneurs, we can multitask pretty easily, right? Because we just learn to do that. Our workers can't. They have no motivation. Anything that you give them that's more confusing requires more calories for their brain to operate, and the less they're going to do. Same with people trying to buy on your website. You want to make it as clear and concise to them. So the more confusing you give their job role, the lower execution and the quality is going to be. They're not they haven't got this massive outcome they're reaching towards that justify them concentrating more than you, working harder than you, right? So you always have to feed into this. That's why I'm not a big fan of hiring people and pushing them to their limits in terms of working 10 hours a day, because I know the quality is going to be shit. Because they're just not motivated to do that like I would be as an entrepreneur. I can't expect them to show up like I can. So my question to you is that, do you believe that if you give them in one creative sprint 3 things, they're gonna operate those 3 things at equal quality? Or if you get them to obsess over one, would they do that one a lot better?
Okay, thank you. I need to think about that. I got you.
My bet is 1, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you context switch as well, and there's obviously research around this stuff, but as soon as you context switch to something else, you lose a lot of efficiency. Just to realign focus maybe takes you half an hour. So they're jumping so you should get them to batch ideation. For example, if we're looking at, you have those 3 categories, you've got 1 category, the next sprint, we're going to go on ideation all day on maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The whole team is doing ideation, and we're going to bounce ideas off each other, everything else for the first 3 days. Once we get all the ideas down, then we'll go into scripting. And all we do is scripting. You batch activities based on their energy. You don't want to go from ideation to writing to editing, ideation. No. All ideation goes at once, or scripting goes at once, or editing goes at once. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Great. Cool. Thank you so much, Matt. Yeah.
Anytime, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, who's next? Let's go. Hands up. Oh, Grayson just got in there. Just got in.
Always winning, way better than the rest, I say. Sweet. Fuck, what? A little bit expand on that for the team delegation, for how they kind of, what you're talking about throughout the week. We don't really do that at the moment, and I probably think we should now listen to that. Currently, I just kind of I basically catch up on a Monday and say this is objective, any company updates, but like just get the team running for an hour, talk about what's I guess worked in the last week. But now I've just implemented essentially. Oh, before that, I'll do a quick win after. Essentially got them to give me like a report now.
Yep.
If it was each creative strategist, because we've got 2 plus a marketing coordinator, give them each or get them to come to me every week with a report of what worked, what didn't, what was the learnings, kind of like a little presentation, almost like a PDF. Takes them maybe half an hour to fill out, whatever. Yeah, can you just discuss a little bit more about like how do I kind of align the team there a little bit throughout the week? Should I be, basically saying to them Monday, Tuesday, we're just going to really block out a lot of new ideas and come together? Like, well, what's the approach there?
And before you get into that, give me a win. You didn't give me a win.
Yeah. Quick win. We've got 2. So I just hired a new landing page agency. So I'm super excited. Some really interesting stuff there. Got a good price for them. And number 2 is we found another manufacturer in Australia, which means I can now leverage our current manufacturer for a better pricing.
Cool. Love that. Okay. So in terms of, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and because a lot of my time has really been brought back because I've got the head of growth now, where I don't really have anything to do in the business from a logistics perspective. Yeah. But then again, I still have stuff to do, but it's just different. So I still want to be involved in creative strategy because I think it's the highest leverage move I can make, and that's the only meetings that I really want to be involved in, right? So I want to be involved in everything because, like you're probably a founder, a marketing first founder that has an idea around creative strategy. I would assume, right? You're probably doing the ads before. So I want to be involved in like the ideation process. I want them to batch the ideation as well. We come together, we speak about the ideas, and then we'll make a collective decision about what ideas move forward to the scripting and vice versa. Does that make sense? So I still want to make sure that I'm also coaching the team on how to manage their time. It's the same way I manage my time. Like the trainings that you guys see in terms of the results systems framework, all the stuff that I teach you guys, I try and teach the team as well.
Yeah.
So make sure that whatever you learn personally, you pass on to the team, right? And your job is to upskill them and coach them as a founder. And
sorry to interrupt. Do you add once you know how you've got people coming and going? I mean, the retention for the business is pretty good for us and probably for you. Do you add the stuff into like an SOP, or do you just actively try to always educate? Like, what does it look like from a consistent education perspective?
Yeah, so we use Trainual at the moment, and Trainual's our like online teaching platform, and all the videos go into there. And as they come on board, you can assign different videos to them based on what, I guess, department they're in, and you can track if they watch the videos. So as the onboarding process, I kind of have to watch all these videos.
Yeah.
So they're up to speed of everything. And that obviously library keeps continuing to grow. Like we just added a whole education on AI last week, which we'll have to watch. One thing I would get you to do, which I'm starting to do now that I'm seeing a lot of value, is that once we get a winning angle or idea, I'm trying to reverse engineer how we got to that angle or idea. Because to me, that's very important. Like
what thinking as well.
The thinking, right? Yeah. Because if I can extrapolate the thinking of the person that did it, I can systemize it. Right.
That's what I think as well. Yeah.
Yes. As an example, we had this winner, and Amy came up with this amazing angle. I'm like, how the fuck do you even think of that? And then she told me it was a combination of all these things, from our post-purchase survey to something happened in the news to this and that. So I'm like, well, that's interesting. She took something that happened completely outside of our scope and brought it into our world. So it's like, how do we add that to the research process, and how do we get the other person is a guy that's a creative strategist? How's he going to think like Amy because he's not a girl? So I'm trying to reverse engineer stuff out of Amy's mind in terms of how she's thinking about things and systemize it as well. Does that make sense to help you?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because it's like the struggle we're having as a team grows is the cross pollination of understanding and learning. Like we'll have these meetings, but I'll just notice everyone kind of switches off. Like they'll just kind of like, and you're like, you're not even listening. So like, it's like you try to snap them out of it, but when you kind of ramble on.
But wait, why aren't they listening?
Well, yeah.
How are they?
Like it's hard to tell because there's no input from them. So it's like, are they really contributing, or are they even like listening to what I'm saying?
Like this is important. So run me through an example of this.
Okay, so it'll be like, okay, let's talk about. I'll run them through a bit more of the brand. So like, hey, this is where we want to go as a brand. This is what we're about. This is our values as a brand. And then it'll basically be like, I built this Notion, I built this document. I want you guys to all understand it. and then everyone's like, yeah, cool. But there's no like questions, there's no real input to like, oh, what about this? Like a couple of people on the team, most definitely, but you get a couple of individuals that you're just like, oh man, like I wish they would ask some more questions, and then you come to find out nobody's viewed the notion, the loom that you put up, for example, the training about it. So you're like, oh, okay, no, just spend all that time, training the team to.
Yeah. Do you have an expectation and standard that everyone has to watch the videos? Do they understand that? And then what happens to someone once they don't watch it?
Yeah, that's where I get stuck. I'm like,
Yeah. So like, and this is why like the narrative of self-leadership, and even in our company values, to have gumption and own and lead is actually a value of mine in the company.
Yeah.
That's very clear. Like, you are there to self-lead. I'm giving you the container. If you don't, then you will not be part of this team because you're not fitting into the culture. And if there's certain expectations and standards that are met in the organization, that's what culture is, right? It's like behaviors that have been done in private when you're not looking. And if those things aren't done, it's either a people problem or a person problem. Sorry, it's a people problem or a process problem. And if the process is in place and it's normally a people problem, and that person's not doing it, then they have to be removed from the culture. Because if someone else picks up that person's not watching the videos, they're going to subconsciously get permission to also not watch the videos, and it's going to create this fucking horror.
I notice because I'm quite in tune with that, and like I don't call it like disrespect, but I call it like it's some like it feels like it. I'm like, fuck, I'm really spending a lot of my time here trying to help you guys, and to feel that it's like, fuck, it's not you kind of like, what do I need to change here do I need to communicate in a more efficient way, or are they just not gonna?
No, you just have to hold a high enough standard.
Yeah,
that's yeah, and like once people start seeing that people are getting let go for not doing something, that's the moment that that's reinforced that standard. And it was funny, Patrick Bet David actually spoke about a story that he was with his kids somewhere, and there was some waitress, whatever, she's talking about how her kids are all winners, lawyer, doctor, this and that, and he's like, how did you fucking breed all winners? She's like, simple. Every time I made a threat, I stuck to it, no matter what it was. Right?
Yeah,
and it's a great story, and it makes kind of sense, right? You kind of empty
I
threats.
think so.
And I was weak past, I get it. You say you do something, then you fucking don't really want to fire them. It's such a little thing. Like, it's not a really big deal. No, but it is. Because little things become big things, Yeah.
I think as I get more winners on the team, I'm starting to understand the folk that aren't necessarily meeting that level. It's like, oh fuck, it's quite distinct. It's quite obvious.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
exactly.
And then that's when it becomes a little bit ticks over in the back of my head. I know the decision I should make, even before this conversation. I know what decision I should be making. So,
But the same point to that is, if you want to attract winners, you're gonna have a winning culture to start with, and having high standards to start with. You'll see the energy and the vibration in terms of you operate. You'll start attracting winners. Anyone listening to this, please keep your standards high, even if the people in the room kind of appeal to the standards. But that's how you start attracting people with better standards.
I'll let someone else cover. I want to go today. Thank you.
Love it. No worries, buddy. Who's next?
Hi, hello. I don't know why I can't turn
Yep.
on the video. But do you have like any idea how to when you're just starting out with a new brand, how you can gain followers? To look the brand legit, because with a few
Why do you think you need followers?
to just for people to
You
look
don't
the brand.
need it. You don't need it.
It doesn't work like that. Okay.
No. I've seen people have $100 million business with 1,000 followers.
All right.
Cool. Anything else I can help with?
No, that was false.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Easy. Anyone else next?
Yeah, no, one more question. Do every product that you choose and try to scale, you send it to the 3PL, or like send it by your own at the beginning?
What was the question?
Do you like every product that you try to scale, like sending to a 3PL, to the center that sells all the packages?
Products that I'm trying to scale, do I send to a 3PL
Yeah,
instead of doing what?
like sending packages by your own.
No, I'll never send packages on my own. It's a complete waste of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure, I would never ever do that.
All right.
Cool. It's just a waste of time. Whatever the rate is per hour, I think you can spend time a lot better. Cool.
Yep.
Perfect. Thanks, buddy. Andres.
Hey, man. So
Okay. Disappeared. Anyone else in the meantime? Petro. Then Grace will come back to you. Yeah. You're on mute.
Sorry, I'm here. So if you were to continue about the creative strategy, so as I understand correctly, we should aim like and work on one category and one like product like during this creative sprint for 2 weeks, but in media buying, we can like run constantly all the active angles and with different hero categories. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Cool.
Great.
Anytime,
Yeah.
bud.
Thanks.
Andres, you back? Andras. No? Okay. Matteo, let's do it.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So my win is that I hire a creative strategist, and let's see how she's gonna work.
Cool.
And so basically, I'm selling. I tell you a little bit my situation because I'm selling in Europe with Amazon 95%, and that's okay, and it's working fine. So I just started with doing the ads in Italy and Spain just to diversify and get out of Amazon. But
Okay.
I'm just wondering if I should go to the States and wasting time with different countries and culture and languages, and because you know how it is in Europe. Probably you're selling as well in Europe, and there are so many different cultures. You know, Italy, France,
I get it.
Germany.
And I've got a training that's gonna be released this week, next week on this topic. But what you should be doing is playing to your strengths at the start. So if you're going to go to on Amazon currently, you don't really probably have a set of creative strategy skills. Is that right? You just hired someone, you said?
Yes, yeah. Well, I've done a bit. It's 1
Okay.
year I'm doing, but it's not working that.
And Amazon, are you in the US with Amazon, or are you in Italy and Spain?
Not yet. I wanted to go there because of Amazon.
And your current website that you have, what language is it in?
So it's in English, Italian, French, German, and
Okay.
yeah,
I mean,
Spanish.
the first thing is to do is obviously look at the market potential and the size, and then if you haven't started anywhere, then you obviously go where the biggest TAM is because that gives you the most room to scale. So I'd be going to the US if you haven't started, and I'd be making sure that I'm hiring a creative strategy that understands the US market, and yeah, I would start there.
In US, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on what you want. Like, then again, no matter where you go, you're going to have constraints. Like, if you go to the US, you're going to have a constraint of having more competitors. If you go to Italy and Spain, you're going to have a smaller market, but probably less competitors. And it all depends on what you want as a brand. If you're looking to do an extra 100K a month, I'd probably say stick to Italy or Spain. But if you're trying to get to $1 million a month, then
Yeah. I'd rather go to US. My idea is
Okay.
go to US because of this. Yes. So and the market is much bigger, and
Yep.
it's one language. Otherwise, I'm always struggling, with 4 or 5 languages, and
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
going crazy a little bit.
Yeah. You go nuts, and you become very inefficient.
Yeah, exactly. So that, and by the way, for the I'm in the skincare as well. For the registration, of course, is that difficult in US? I have somebody that can do all the registration and everything for
No,
US.
no, I think it's fine. If you have any struggles, let me know. I'll introduce you to compliance people.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
That's all. Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
who's next?
Can I go? I sorted out the technical issues now.
Yes. How come I can't see you? What's happening?
I'm on my phone and I'm cooking my
Go for it.
breakfast. Okay, so the question relates to my win. So I figured out that I don't have the SOPs and the technical parts of systems in place.
Okay.
So I've done now, and I have a similar problem than Grayson. So people are not really watching them. They say they watch them, but then they ask me a question regarding to the thing that they did watch. Quote.
How do you
So
respond? How do you respond to them when they ask you?
I say that they should go and watch them and don't ask me these questions.
Okay. And do they watch it?
They still sometimes ask me a question again, and now I know that I have to fire someone. So the question would probably be, should I make this public? When you said that you have to
Yes.
let
Yes.
the people know why.
Yes, I always do. I always make it public because I want to give the context to people as to why someone's been let go, because I think that brings them a level of ease in their mind when they have context. Otherwise, people don't want to work in a hostile environment, an environment that's like unknown. But if they understand the rules and the regulations of the environment and the culture, then they feel at ease. You know what I mean? So if they know this person let go because they did X, Y, Z, and then they know if they're not doing that, they're safe. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I always like to let everyone know why.
Okay, and one more question, because I currently have a smaller team, so it's basically three part-time video editors and a creative strategist, and then there's 2 customer support agents, but those are fine.
Yeah.
And let's say that one editor and the creative strategist are like that. If I fire them both at the same time, my creative output is gonna fall dramatically.
Yeah.
So in this case, would you first find someone else and then just replace them as you find someone?
So I always replace them
So it's
before
just a
I
quick switch.
always find someone before I replace someone. You know, sometimes I made the decision to fire someone, but it might take me 3 to 4 months to fire that person because I'm looking for the right person to replace them.
Wait, sorry. Can you repeat that, please? I didn't quite get that. What do you do first?
I always look for a replacement first before I fire someone. And sometimes
Okay.
I make a decision, but it might take me 3 months, depending on the role, to actually replace that person because I'm waiting to find the right person. Depending on how obviously detrimental the thing is they've done. There's certain things that maybe once someone did something in terms of bullying in the office, and I had to immediately fire them. But if it's something like poor performance, I'm trying to replace them first because obviously, as you mentioned, if I got rid of them, then not only getting rid of them makes you more desperate to hire someone, which will most probably have a bad hire, but also affect sales and creative output. So yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for the info.
Anytime, buddy. Grayson, do you have a question?
Yeah, mate. Just 2 I forgot to mention. Cannibalization of offline sales. Retailers are starting to message us. We're getting approached by Chemist Warehouse and stuff in Australia and New Zealand. It's great, but they come at a cost, obviously. What are your thoughts for retailers? Like,
What do you mean by
it's kind of
is the question that you're in retailers and what you're doing online is cannibalizing their sales, or the question, if I go into retail, will that cannibalize my sales?
yeah,
Second one?
one basically. Yes,
Yeah,
Well,
definitely. In my experience, in my belief, in my network, people I speak to, 9-figure plus operators,
yeah,
retail will help you increase your online sales. The retail land will be just an awareness platform for you. And it's a different customer going into retail than they're buying online. So what you probably would see is that your whole business become a lot more profitable once you're in more places. And I think people in Ecom obviously have the stigma to sell D2C, but the more places you are, the better your D2C channel works.
yeah. There's a lot of trust as well comes with
Yeah.
saying we're in Chemist Warehouse. It's like, well, if you want to buy it, and also when it comes to like last minute sales, Christmas stuff, people go in store. We're already in like the 200 pharmacies, but Chemist Warehouse is like another kettle of fish where it comes with its own terms and
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure. I would definitely be looking to go into retail. I think that would help your business dramatically because the level of awareness you get being in retail, all the walk through traffic and stuff. I think it's it's not a net benefit.
Have you guys done much retail?
Not for Cure, but I don't know how much you know about my journey. Like I've been,
Yeah, I know Dick Smith.
yeah, exactly. So I'm very familiar with the retail end.
I know Dick Smith very well as well.
Yeah, I know it too well. My retail journey was painful in the end, but
yeah,
I think it's different because of the D2C elements. So you can offset some of that.
Yeah.
And what I've started to understand and learn and seen from other people is that the more places you are, the more efficient your marketing is because the more places your people can get to your products.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all your online advertising becomes more efficient because you see it show up in other channels, you know?
Is there specific strategies that you would employ, say like all went well? I mean, I think it's gonna go well. They're gonna be like, yeah, cool, let's give it a go. Is there a specific like effort that I mean, obviously the sell-through has to be decent for them to promote it internally as well. I'm just kind of weighing up like basically how much allocation of our team do we send out emails, how much budget allocation kind of, I'm just trying to figure out the balance there.
I think you have to weigh up more the cash flow component of that business, because they're not going to pay you for 90 days, probably, whatever the terms are. Your margin is going to be a lot lower. So I'd be more worried about that and the rebate structure, and also the promotional planning that they expect you to invest. A lot of times they try and molest the small brands and literally take you for every single dollar because they think that they need us. So when you're in that position, it makes you very vulnerable, and people do deals because they want to go into retail, but often the financial model doesn't make sense. So I'd be more worried about that.
I'm trying to position ourselves in the negotiation, like you're better off having us than us having you. I'm trying to frame it in my head like that as well. I'm trying to be like the sexy appeal for them to have us, rather than being so desperate for them to, for us to have them.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, I think everyone will say that to them. The only probably carrot you have is the exclusivity angle. With these people, it's like, hey, I'll be exclusive to you guys for a certain period of time. Otherwise, it's gonna be hard. Like, no, but if you're in pharmacies, that's different. I would just categorize them differently.
It's just it's a basically, we can do a buyback deal as well, because we know this is a great thing about online as well, because we're doing so many sales online. We can always buy it back. We're like, bro, if you guys don't sell it, we'll fucking sell it.
Yeah, and they'll like that as well. So just engineer enough margin. Give the mechanisms to make, like, try and always reverse engineer the buyer that's in the decision, trying to buy your brand. So like, this is where it would be great for you. And little story and tell. The way I got into Dick Smith back in the day, headphones were booming. Dr. Dre Beats were booming. I wanted to have my own brand of headphones. Every retailer is getting pitched every brand under the sun for headphones. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get into retailers? I did a deal with Sony Music where I gave them 10% of all sales in exchange. All the headphones had to be in video clips. Every music single they launched in Westfields, they had to promote the headphones at the music single in conjunction with the retailer. So I had this is like 15 years ago. So I had this big carrot that I gave any exclusive retailer, that Sony Music is going to drive traffic into your store if you take my brand. Right? So also for you, it'd be interesting to see if you're ever going to do like a big influencer deal, maybe now is the time that you tie it up with Chemist Warehouse. Where they
That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm pretty on the surface almost there with an influencer deal with a few options there.
And then you get that influencer to do in-store activations, in-store content, and shit like that. Like, look what Dr. Shah is doing for Target at the moment. That's kind of a nice way to.
I follow Bloom as well. The founder's pretty cool on Instagram. You should. You put Bloom as ready. He's actually pretty open book. So he obviously does it. It's a bit different because he's obviously like fucking all in on each channel as they go, which is kind of a smart move. Amazon retail.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and obviously he has that advantage because his wife's like a massive influencer, right? So they create a like that's
already.
That's like 90% of his success there. Do you know what I mean? Because it has a negative CAC. But I'd be looking. If you're going to do that deal, look to try and tie an influencer to it.
Would you ever mention how much ad spend you're running online when it comes to those conversations, or would you try to kind of like? Yeah, because I'll try to use you for a day.
I wouldn't. I don't think they want to see sales velocity and growth probably. Like when I'm pitching now Ulta and Sephora in the US, they want to know TikTok sales, they want to know reach and stuff like that. But they don't really want to look at ad spend from my experience.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. And just one other quick one was the management style stuff is super interesting. Do you have a book or something, a reference that I can read more about it without asking you? I mean, I need more. Is there anything specific aside from reading a Steve Jobs book?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just plucked like little things from different people that I've liked over time.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular? It's just management in general.
Nothing really. Like, I mean, it kind of aligns with me. It's more, I think, just having internal confidence to go fuck it. I think a lot of it's, we already know the truth there already. It's just having the confidence in yourself. I think a big part, like you mentioned, is having another replacement there. So you're not your whole business isn't going to go to shit as soon as you get rid of that person. So I think that removes a lot of the pain and frustration.
Yeah, and what helped for me was having recruiters, because like if you think about this psychologically from your own mindset, once again, everything's like mindset driven. If you don't have a system for recruiting another person, that adds to your resistance of firing the person. Because even if you want to fire, like, fuck, now I got to go find someone else. I got to message people on LinkedIn. I got to interview people. I do this and that. And that subconsciously is going to create stories and narratives as to not firing the person. But when you have a system in place where if you want someone new, just tell someone, hey, I need a new person, and then you get like 3 best candidates, you start firing people left, right, and center because you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of the time, I think you should set that system up at your business now. Try and find some good recruiters that you can work with.
Yeah.
And
I think the SOPs and stuff has been a big component for us, is setting up all that foundation. So I think what I realized is like, even if all these people leave, I still need something to give them and give them structure and give them guidance so they can catch up to speed with all the learnings as fast as possible.
100%. And what I'm putting into contracts these days is that I'm allowed to withhold a month's salary if all playbooks and SOPs aren't up to date.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's fun.
I would include that as well, right? Because the last thing you want to do, this happens to me, someone's leaving, now they're not motivated, they don't want to fucking update anything, they haven't been updating anything, and then the handover is just shit. So now it's like, you know what, I have the right to hold a month's salary if you don't update this, because that's part of the standard process. Yeah.
I've seen that quite a bit. Like we hired a creative strategist who costs a fucking fortune to go through the recruiter, and it worked out to be a complete disaster. I mean, I took your advice to me at the time was don't hire someone for fucking 3 days a week, 4 days a week. I was like, nah, she's good. Don't worry about it. What is it, man? It cost us like 50 grand. I was like, what? And then it was, and then so we had to pay her. In long story, we got a new person in January, and it's fucking done more than she's ever done in her whole lifetime. In like 4 weeks. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah. You have to think about the incentives in the people's minds as well. Yeah.
It hurts. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Anyone else? Ricardo, do you have anything? It's just fly on the wall. Wilson, Gaspar, let's do it. Gaspar, let's go. Am I saying your name right?
He said he doesn't have permission to speak.
What? Really? How's that possible? Now? You have to have permission. Everyone's got permission. All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have a question to one-on-one call with someone who can help me a little bit with struggling problems.
Say it again.
Like the one-on-one call, 30 minutes. Is it possible to do it this week or?
Best speak to Petar about that.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Gaspar, you back? Is it working? No. Anyone else before I end the call? Yo. You're mute.
Can I make can I do yeah, okay, thank you. Hi, Matt. So one quick question, it is related.
When
We get back to creative strategy, and now we are finding small winners again. So even with the problem with Amazon rebranding, we are doing everything from scratch. So we are spending like 3,000 right now a day on Facebook, comparing to November. It is absolutely nothing. But
Good.
yes, we are doing so many things right now. I want to be focused only on creative strategy, offer, angles. That's it.
Yep.
But we have things like for the rebranding as well, open new email, or I have all these kind of low leverage tasks like open another new email, open new telephone number, and or sign up to a new tool, create SOPs for payment invoices, hire another people that can call people for survey, etc. So I was thinking to hire like I don't know how to say that, but like an operational assistant, something like that, that can do all these leverage tasks here. Do you think it is the case to do that, or I mean, at which point you need to hire a, somebody like that can do all these kind
Always
of
need
things?
to be buying back your time. So you have to change your mindset, and that every time you do one of those activities that you told me, you're losing money. You are literally burning money. Like grab $100 bill and start burning it, because that's exactly what you're doing anytime you do any of those activities that you just told me. You do get that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what's
yeah,
the
yeah.
value if you spend 8 hours and find a winning angle? How much revenue does that bring to the business? 50 grand,
Yeah, yeah,
100
got
grand?
it, got it.
Very simple.
Yeah, so for sure, okay, okay.
Cool.
And I already have a person like my personal assistant
Yep.
that maybe can do something like that for the first, I don't know, few months or few
I
weeks.
think your personal assistant can do all that stuff.
Yeah, great, perfect. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
And in the future, if you have to do any of these things, you record it. Like you should never do
Yeah,
it twice. Record it once, and that's been done with it. Cool.
yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah,
Good
thanks.
man. Anytime, buddy. Gasper, did you fix your stuff or?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Can I see? There we
So
go.
it was problem in my browser.
No problem. How can I help?
So
Give you a win.
basically, my small win, I hired a new editor, and he's doing pretty good job.
Cool.
So my question is that I'm also I in January I have like 70% more revenue than in December, which is pretty good.
Mhm.
But here comes the problem because I think I don't have proper testing structure, and like I think that I maybe was just lucky in December and the start of the January, and I hit some winners and everything went up. And now I'm for 10 days, maybe a little more. I'm just stuck. Like I came to the spend about 1K and 300 euros, and everything just stopped. Maybe I'm just going a little bit back down,
Yep.
but I don't know if I should somehow make proper testing structure or just focus on research of past ads. What would you suggest? Like
I
I
mean,
know I
look,
know what are my main.
you need to have a system. We teach you the system, right?
Mhm.
Go to the playbooks, right? And follow the system we teach you. The issue is, like you said, you don't have a system. So when you don't have a system, you're relying on luck. And this is your biggest problem. You don't have a repeatable, scalable system that's going to consistently unlock new angles for you to scale winners. So go back to the drawing board, watch all the creative strategy content, and create yourself a system. So you're not reliant on just fluke winners.
Like I watched the creative strategy model, and I think I entirely understand everything, like how I should structure it. But when it comes in the like when it comes to the putting it on paper, I know what are main drivers, why people buy the product. I know like three different angles. I know what is my
Problem.
customer age group. But when it comes to combine everything and like structure the whole process how to test it, it's just too much of everything, and I don't know if I'm overcomplicated the things, or like, hope you understand what I want to tell you. Like I don't know if I'm complicating too much,
So
and
you
I
have,
just
let's break it down simplistically. You have research, you
yeah.
have script writing, you
Hmm.
have editing.
Yes.
Part of that process for you is confusing.
I would
For
say
example, how,
between
how many new ads are you launching a week?
around 7
7 net new concepts or iterations?
concepts.
Net new, completely new angles, new everything.
Not new angles. This is the problem because
Well,
I know.
then you have to do better research and come up
Mhm.
with better angles and newer angles.
Okay, so for example,
Give yourself a target to do 5 new angles a week and 5 iterations a week, whatever it might
okay,
be. Ask Amy what the setup is. I'm not a creative strategist, right?
okay, I
Yourself
was
a target.
planning,
Yep.
I was planning to ask the Amy the same
Yep.
thing tomorrow, but I thought I can ask you today. But like, I have three main benefits why people buy it. For example, can I count this as the angle of the product? Like, some people buy it because it's quiet, some people buy it because it doesn't hurt their body. when I'm angling the product for a specific reason, like that is quiet, should I mention the other benefits in this video or just focused on one complete angle?
Speak to Amy about this because she'll give you a better answer, and I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, okay.
But I think you don't have a proper understanding of what angle architecture is yet, because it's based to do with avatars and their problems, avatars and the use cases, and that combined is one angle. I'd be speaking to past customers and try to understand why they bought the product, and speak to them on the phone, and they'll tell you the new angles because they'll tell you how and why they're using the product.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay,
your best you can do. All right.
okay, I will ask the Amy tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Let
Thank
me know
you.
how you go anytime.
Thank you.
Andres.
Yo, sorry for shooting the last minutes, but two more questions paired.
Mhm.
So the first one would be regarding to the assistant. I am thinking of having a personal assistant, and then just as Ricardo said, something small in the business. And I don't know where to get them. So basically, have them abroad from Philippines or from Slovenia. Because if I'm, as you, I don't know if you know, I'm from Slovenia. So
Yeah, Slovenia. Like, I mean, it's the same cost. I'd rather get,
uh,
it's not much difference. You can afford it based on revenue you're
maybe
doing. If I was
it's
you, I'd
just
get Slovenia. If I was you, I'd get someone in the office or someone close to you that you can
that's the
speak.
thing. Yeah, I don't
That
have an office, and if I get someone from the Philippines, I think he can maybe work like 24/7. There's a difference in Slovenia. You would probably struggle more to find someone like that.
24/7. What do you mean they can work 24/7?
They're available when you message them.
I mean, why? I mean, you don't want to
That's my
build.
experience from with Filipinos.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want the culture where you can message someone 24/7. That means you're not acting as a proper CEO or manager. Do you know what I mean? I think that if you're looking to build a sustainable long-term business, you want to invest in people. I think you have a better bet like having a chief of staff and someone you can groom in someone in Slovenia that you can work closely with and can be assets to in the future. If not, then you can go the Philippines route and be very task-driven, task-oriented stuff.
Mhm.
They're your two options, I guess, but it's up to personal preference at this stage.
So you would also suggest having a personal office or
I mean, there's
having
no,
more workers from uh, domestic workers.
I would personally. That's what I like. That's what I like. I see a lot more value because I can coach them and train them up, and then if you have a personal connection, they're going to
Mhm.
stay with you, and you can get more out of them. Like a lot of this task-oriented stuff in terms of the Philippines, AI is going to take over a lot of that next 3 to 5 years anyway. So I'd rather invest in people that I can get them to do stuff beyond these simple tasks personally.
How would you describe that job when doing a job post, like literally doing tasks day to day?
Chief of staff, I don't know, chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
You can have like a chief of staff. It's like a 2IC to you, right? It's like or executive assistant or
Okay, I'll look it up.
have a look, see if you can find someone. I mean, I'm sure to get a junior, it's going to cost you what, €1,000 a month, maybe in Slovenia.
A little higher, yeah. The thing is that the taxes are so high, so you have to pay like let's say a duplicate of 1.6 to the taxes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what?
same in Poland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. So 1,500, like
Yeah,
whatever. It's not that much.
not
I mean,
2.5 then.
no,
If
it's
the salary is 1, you have to pay 2.5.
no, you don't.
Yeah,
Have a look. Croatia and Slovenia is very similar. I'm going to ask
yeah.
chat now. Uh, I doubt it's that much. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I have a lot of people that have companies and employees just in different niches, and that's what I heard. Basically, if you pay a salary, the
No,
minimum salary is 8.
get payments 1570. Told you. Have a look into it.
Oh, okay, I'll look at it.
Yeah,
I'll
have a
look
look
at.
into it. Up to you. It's personal preference. Either way, you can't go wrong. Just make sure you're not doing it. And if you prefer that you can message someone 24/7 and they're going to respond, then maybe go to the Philippines.
Okay, yeah.
But if you're looking to build, people, culture, a team, so then it can take more workload off you one day and
Mhm.
do higher leverage things, then start building a team in your local country. But yeah, up to you.
Okay. And what kind of experience would you look in people like that?
They
Basically,
don't need
someone
it.
that already did, no,
I mean,
just
if it's
good
just,
SOPs.
you don't need anything. I think if it's just get a highly motivated student.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay. And
mean,
then have good SOPs in place and he just
yeah,
cycles through and learns as he goes.
he learns as he goes. He's got ChatGPT. You can mentor
Okay.
them. You can coach them. Once again, like there's no right or wrong in terms of this. This is my personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have an office. I have people here, and I think it's competitive advantage, and I prefer it. But you can't go wrong. Up to you.
Okay. One more quick question, if you have if you have the
Go for it.
time.
Yeah.
So, as you just hired a new creative strategist, what's your plan for the new creative strategist? Do you plan on making more concepts, just increasing the quantity based on Amy's standards, or him having a different perspective and different outputs?
No, I mean the goal is for us to triple our creatives,
Hmm.
triple our creative outputs. So
Okay, so basically he's like a duplicate of Amy, you would say.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Andreas, how what's the process of like hiring anyone in Philippines? I'm just wondering.
You just go to Upwork and transfer the money.
Yeah.
Okay, on Upwork.
Yeah, just go to Upwork. You can find heaps of people.
Okay, I thought like the Facebook groups or something like this.
No, you can go to Upwork. There's a couple other websites. There's
Yeah,
a
I
couple.
tried online jobs Filipino,
Of,
but I didn't have good experience with that. Upwork's better, yeah.
yeah, I think Upwork's
Or
better.
hiring.
Yeah,
Depends on what you need.
Okay,
cool.
and like
Anyone
because
else?
yeah, I have like a problem because probably in the next few months will have like a problem with the like we are sending everything like through our magazine and we are lack of the space. And what I tried to do is like to put the stock into the someone who could ship all the packages. Uh, but still, I was like wondering what if the stock wouldn't sold out and if it's like really problem over there because I'm currently in Poland. So
I'm sorry. You asking me a question?
yeah, that
Right.
was the question.
So what's the question? Clearly,
Uh, yeah, what would you do if you would like have a similar problem from like me right now?
what is the exact problem? Sorry.
Lack of the space, for new stock. And then our uh because right now I am like stuck with the new products and we are like having everything in our magazine and then we will need to
Wait. So do you use Amazon warehouse or do you own your own fulfillment?
my own fulfillment.
Okay, so go to a 3PL. Don't do your own fulfillment. Makes no sense you doing your own fulfillment at your size.
Okay, all
Complete
right.
waste of time and a waste of money. And every time you scale and grow, you're gonna have to move warehouses, and it's complete useless waste of your time as a founder.
All right, even with like a because those packages are like a 10 kilos, I don't know, like something like this, 7-8 kilos.
Find a 3PL.
Really? Okay.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I did the same thing. I had a warehouse at the start, big mistake. Moved to 3PL, made double the amount of money because I focused on selling the product and not fucking warehousing and distributing the product.
Okay, maybe that's my problem.
100%. Get out of that stuff.
And my camera is not working. Oh, so hello. And then the next question is like, what would you do with the hiring with the people? If I am currently we are like with, designer, graphic designer, and one video editor.
Yep.
So should I like hire a creative strategist or someone like this?
If you're looking to scale on Facebook, you need to
You need
hire
to
a strategist or
someone.
someone
Okay.
has to be full
Okay.
time in creative strategy, whoever
Hmm.
that is. It might be you, it might be someone you hire, but
Okay.
once again, creative strategy is probably the most highest leverage skill. I'm assuming you're selling a commodity product. You're not selling
Hmm.
a fucking Dyson vacuum or an Apple iPhone or something. So if you're a sales and marketing company, all you're doing is competing against your ability to sell compared to someone else.
All right. All right.
And if that is true, then you have to build a skill set in order to
Hmm.
sell. And
Yeah,
creative
because
strategy,
like managing everything by my own or by few people, it's kind of stuck.
yeah. Sales solves all problems, and this is why creative
Hmm.
strategy is the one thing you should focus on. Because once you get more sales, you can hire more people. But without sales, you don't have a business. That's the lifeblood of your business. So work
Okay.
out how to sell your product, work out creative strategy, whether it's yourself or hire someone. But I can't stress the amount of importance to put on creative strategy because it is everything at your size.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Anytime, buddy. All right. Anyone else before we head off? Yes, Gaspar.
Sorry, just one quick question, if I can. So when would you suggest me to hire like creative strategist? Should I first
The
understand?
moment you can afford to hire someone, and that's better than you.
Okay, so you wouldn't say that I need to understand the whole creative strategy system to 100% and then hire people.
No, if you can afford to, you can hire someone that's better than you at it. Then you can. Then you should do that.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime.
And can I ask you, like, what's the price standards for those like people like a creative strategist?
I mean, anything from 3,000 a month to 15 to 20,000 a month, like any role.
All right. All right.
You know what I mean, so the
So
more
it
you pay,
doesn't like.
the more you pay, the better you get. You can do it for what you can afford and train and build them up, I guess.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Everyone, have a great week. I'll catch you next week.
Much.
Peace.